Hey everybody, it's Reggie here. Welcome back to redgtv. Today on episode 8, we are back onto the renovation track. I'm going to be doing a bit more work in the laundry room, finishing up the Shiplap installation for the back wall and the 2 shelves. So hope you like it. All right, so the first thing we need to do in order to install the shiplap on this back wall is just get an idea of the measurements and how it's all going to be put together. So if you've never heard of shiplap before, this is what it is. It's just primed MDF, which is just compressed sawdust basically, and it goes together with a tongue and groove set up. So when you're done, if you can see that, it has that sort of nautical or cabin feel. So as you can see, I just did the first 2 pieces to give you an idea. So we decided to go vertical for this backsplash kind of area, just because it gives it a little bit more definition and depth. If you're going to longitudinally here, it would probably only be about 5 or 6 of the lines of the wood because of their thickness. So this way it's going to be more like 20 or 30 lines of these strips all going across this way. And the other thing too is they'll all be the same length, so there'll be no cuts, so it'll be a bit cleaner as well. Halfway done. All right, so we got all the shiplap installed. So now what I'm going to do is figure out the shelf layout and positioning. I'm going to dry fit it obviously first, just to make sure we have everything laid out properly. All right, so I got the shelves laid out here. As you can see, they don't go the whole way. So the idea here is to perhaps do them staggered. But what I'm going to do now is just actually take a picture of this and then play around with it on Photoshop and show you some examples, and then the final decision. All right, so as you can see, you've got one of the shelves up. Decided just to put them both evenly, as you saw in the picture. So I just wanted to give you an idea of how these were put up and what you need to keep in mind when you're doing a shelf like this. It's not technically a floating shelf. I mean, you can see the bracket if you're back far enough. And what you need to keep in mind is not every wall is plumb. So if you're doing this type of upside down bracket, sometimes you have to shim it at the front or the back, depending on how the wall sits, so that you're pretty level when the shelf is sticking out. You don't want it to be drooping down, because then it'll look weird from back here. So 1 down, 1 to go. So as you can see, I've got the first 2 of the brackets up for the second shelf. And because I needed to be a little higher at the front than at the back, I didn't know that until I installed these ones. But now that I do, another trick you can use is, instead of shimming underneath here like I've done, there, you can shim the back of the bracket that's going to be up against the wall so that when you attach it, it's actually at, you can't really see that, but it's at a bit of an angle up. So when the weight of the shelf hits it, it'll push it down hopefully to level, and I won't need to bother shimming underneath the front edge like I did for the bottom shelf. So we'll see what happens. All right, so there we are. Both shelves are now installed. And the shiplap has been primed and painted. So all that's left to do down here really now is some trim to finish, just evening out the back of the cupboard, countertop and the ceiling to hide all those little gaps, paint everything. And then the flooring, which won't be for a bit until probably finish the other room too. So it'll be consistent flooring throughout here and into the living area as well, because there's going to be a bathroom built in this room here behind this wall, which is the next project after the laundry room. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that. I'll keep you posted on any more progress with the laundry room. Next time you see a video on the laundry room, it'll probably be finished. And there you go, redgtv. Hope you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Cheers.